to item number 3, Resolution 2016-02, Open Meetings Act.
Mr. Chair, this is the annual Open Meetings Act resolution. Would you like me to read this into the record as well?
Sure.
Yes.
Please. This is working, but try it. Whereas the Board of County Commissioners met in regular session of the Torrance County Administrative Offices on January 13th, 2016 at 9:00 a.m. as required by law, and whereas Section 1015(1)B of the Open Meetings Act, NMSA 1978, Sections 1015(1) through 4, states that, except as may be otherwise provided in the Constitution or the provisions of the Open Meetings Act, all meetings of a quorum of members of any board, council, commission, administrative, adjudicatory board, or any other policy-making body of any state or local public agency held for the purpose of formulating public policy, discussing public business, or for the purpose of taking any action within the authority of or the delegated authority of such body are declared to be public meetings open to the public at all times. And whereas any meeting subject to the Open Meetings Act at which the discussion or adoption of any proposed resolution, rule, regulation, or formal action occurs shall be held only after reasonable notice to the public. And whereas Section 1015(1)D of the Open Meetings Act requires the Board of County Commissioners to determine annually what constitutes reasonable notice of its public meetings. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of County Commissioners that all meetings shall be held at the Torrance County Administrative Offices, Commission Chambers at 9:00 a.m. or as indicated in the meeting notice. Unless otherwise specified, regular meetings shall be held twice a month on the second and fourth Wednesday. The agenda will be available at least 72 hours prior to the meeting from the county manager, whose office is located in Estancia, New Mexico. Notice of any other regular meetings will be given 10 days in advance of the meeting date. The notice shall indicate how a copy of the agenda may be obtained. Special meetings may be called by the chairperson or a majority of the members upon 3 days' notice. The notice shall include an agenda for the meeting or information on how members of the public may obtain a copy of the agenda. The agenda shall be available to the public at least 72 hours before any special meeting. Emergency meetings will be called only under unforeseen circumstances that determine immediate action to protect the health, safety, and property of citizens or to protect the public body from substantial financial loss. The Board of County Commissioners will avoid emergency meetings whenever possible. Emergency meetings may be called by the chairperson or a majority of the members upon 24 hours notice, unless threat of personal injury or property damage requires less notice. The notice for all emergency meetings shall include an agenda for the meeting or information on how the public may obtain a copy of the agenda. Within 10 days of taking action on an emergency matter, the Board of County Commissioners will notify the Attorney General's office. For purposes of regular meetings described in paragraph 2 of this resolution, notice requirements are met if notice of the date, time, place, and agenda is placed in the newspapers of general circulation in the state and posted in the following locations: Administrative Offices of Torrance County. Copies of the written notice shall also be mailed to those broadcast stations licensed by the Federal Communications Commission and newspapers of general circulation that have made a written request for notice of public meetings. For the purposes of special meetings and emergency meetings described in paragraph 3 and 4 of this resolution, notice requirements are met if notice of the date, time, place, and agenda is provided by the telephone to newspapers of general circulation in the state and posted in the administrative offices of Torrance County. Telephone notice also shall be given to those broadcast stations licensed by the Federal Communications Commission and newspapers of general circulation that have made a written request for notice of public meetings. In addition to the information specified above, all notices shall include the following language. If you're an individual with a disability who is in need of a reader, amplifier, qualified sign language interpreter, or any other form of auxiliary aid or service to attend or participate in the hearing or meeting, please contact the Torrance County Manager's Office at 205 9th Street, Room 12, Estancia, New Mexico, 87016, 505-544-4700, at least 1 week prior to the meeting or as soon as possible. Public documents, including the agenda and minutes, can be provided in various accessible formats. Please contact the Torrance County Clerk's Office at 205 9th Street, Room 1, Estancia, New Mexico, 505-544-4350, if a summary or other type of accessible format is needed. Excuse me. The The Board of County Commissioners may close a meeting to the public only if the subject matter of such discussion or action is accepted from the open meeting requirement under Section 10:15(1)(h) of the Open Meetings Act. Subsection A, if any meeting is closed during an open meeting, such closure shall be approved by a majority vote of the quorum of the Board of County Commissioners taken during the open meeting. The authority for the closed meeting and the subjects to be discussed shall be stated with reasonable specificity in the motion to close, and the vote of each individual member on the motion to close shall be recorded in the minutes. Only those subjects specified in the motion may be discussed in the closed meeting. B, if a closed meeting is conducted when the Board of County Commissioners is not in open meeting, the closed meeting shall not be held until public notice, appropriate under circumstances, stating the specific provision of law authorizing the closed meeting, and the subjects to be discussed with reasonable specificity is given to the members and to the general public. C, following completion of any closed meeting, the minutes of the open meeting that was closed, or the minutes of the next open meeting if the closed meeting was separately scheduled, shall state whether the matters discussed in the closed meeting were limited only to those specified in the motion or notice for closure. Except as provided in Section 10:15(1)(h) of the Open Meetings Act, any action taken as a result of discussion in a closed meeting shall be made by vote of the Board of County Commissioners in an open public meeting. Except as, passed by the Torrance County Board of Commissioners on January 13th, 2016.
Louder, please, next time.
It is a lot to read. Thank you very much for doing that.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
I would like to discuss it first. And I don't know if we have already motion.
No, we don't, I thought we had one, so. Do I have a motion to accept Open Meetings Act? I would make a motion to accept the Open Meetings Act. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
No, we'll go to discussion.
I have two improvements, I would say, to make. On the first page of this resolution, under number 4, it says, it should be posted in the following locations: administrative offices of Torrance County. We also need to post it on the county's website. And I hear feedback from people again and again, from people who don't have computers. They ask me to post at post offices and also in libraries or community centers. I think it is a reasonable request. So that's one improvement I wanted to mention. Another one, we talked about that last year, and I remember that Commissioner Frost was open to it about evening meetings and commission meetings in the morning and the next time in the evening. And Commissioner Frost said, let's do it when it is warm, when we don't have to pay for heating and it is not dangerous to drive in the evening. And I kind of wanted it all, and I didn't agree with that last time, but then I thought about it, and I drove at night myself and saw how it is dangerous to drive at night with poor visibility and with snow, with wet road. So But I don't think we have this kind of challenges from the period beginning in May and ending in October. So will you be open to have also evening meetings in the period from May until October, a period of 6 months? Commissioners?
I believe that request can be put on an agenda item on a future meeting and be discussed among commissioners. I don't think that would be part of the resolution, but that would be something that we can do ourselves. Putting it on a meeting agenda item and discuss it, right?
I would agree that it could go on a future agenda and talk about that. I'd be very willing to talk about it. But I don't believe it would be on this same open meetings resolution.
Okay, but I request to put for locations also county's website. Should I put a separate agenda item or yes, for to identify other locations? We can put the written notice in.
That's how I would do it. I would enact a resolution to be in compliance with state statute, and then if you want to amend or pass another resolution that you're going to post it in additional places, you can do that in any future meeting.
Okay, but I would like to add administrative offices of Torrance County and the county's Torrance County website.
But that can be done in the future to amend.
Can we do it today?
Yes.
Yes, you can.
Okay, let's, why not to do it today?
If it's in compliance with the current statute, then it will be, it should have already
Put it on the
been.
To avoid any confusion, could you please put it here and there? Thank you.
So do we need that as an amendment?
No, we can amend this resolution prior to your signing, so you can just approve it contingent on adding that language, and we can do that before the end of the meeting.
To approve the discussed changes.
Yes.
Okay.
Additional posting locations.
As proposed to Commissioner Luciano.
To the, change the resolution or
To the website, assigning to the website.
yes, that's right, yes, okay, yeah, we're all, yeah.
Okay. All right,
Thank
that,
you.
all in favor with the changes, signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries.